Hello there, this is Tamara Bartmus with Lightsome Living, and I want to do a quick review of the Leo full moon. Now, this really snuck up on me. I wasn't able to complete this video before the full moon, but I still want it documented in my YouTube channel as far as what I saw and what I feel is important to address as we sort of interact with this energy coming into the end of this Aquarius season. So when we look at this Leo full moon, one of the things that really stood out to me was the significant placement of Uranus in the apex point of this fixed T square. So we have the moon and the sun opposing in its energy, and in this conflict of self versus others and wanting self like appreciation and acknowledgement for your creative pursuits, and then this group energy that's saying, does it really matter what you did? We're trying, it's all about the group and the thing that we're completing as a group. And this opposing energy can naturally create conflict where we do want to be acknowledged for our individual efforts inside the needs of a group. We also see that Mercury is conjunct the sun, meaning that we need to even more vocalize this dynamic. And then, of course, the sun is the ruler of Leo, where the moon is. And so this creates a lot of like internal emotional upheaval around who do we see ourselves as? How do we see ourselves in the group? What emotions or wounds have we had in the past around being acknowledged for our creative efforts and for our contribution? And then how does that show up in the group? And how do we articulate that? How do we do that in a productive way? Well, the way to address this or to help us address it is by paying attention to Uranus in Taurus. Now, this is the apex of a fixed T square aspect. And of course, that naturally brings tension and conflict. And maybe it's an uncomfortable experience to go through, but a necessary one to reveal a new way to look at who you are and your self-worth and value. That's what Taurus is needing. It's needing to identify what are your values and priorities. What is it with regards to how that shows up in your money or in your business, in your how you maintain your body or your health, your looks and appearance, how that might show up in how you feel you are of value and what your self-worth sort of roots in. And Uranus in this Taurus energy is here to sort of bring a little bit of shaking to the waters, or I guess earth shaking energy, I would say, more than water shaking, because it's sort of taking that earthy Taurus energy and saying, this is not going to work anymore. It needs to change. And that shift, that tension, that earthquake sense is actually really important to resolve the wounds of your past ego self, your past, emotional needs around your Leo nature, and your conscious needs around your group interactions, as well as how you communicate that. So if you were going through this Leo full moon portal and you had some tension around maybe not feeling appreciated for your creativity, or maybe just not getting acknowledged, it most likely was an old wound coming to the surface, ready to be refelt, readdressed, and moved through, because your value is so much more than the old wounds, right? Another thing that was really important is that there is a fire trine, or was a fire trine during this full moon, and that was between the moon in Leo and Chiron in Aries. And so this might have even hit more of a wound of like, I want to do this on my own. I don't really want to be having to work with other people to get the things done I want to do. And then you throw in this extra element of Leo wanting to be acknowledged and recognized for its contributions, its creative contributions. And you create a little bit of this like firestorm of trying to resolve combination of emotional needs. And one of the things that I think is really important to consider is, again, this placement of Saturn, which is a co-ruler of Aquarius, and the Aquarius and Uranus, of course, a co-ruler of Aquarius. The sun helps us integrate, and Mercury helps bring all this information to what needs to be integrated. The moon helps us feel the things that need to be addressed and sort of brought to the surface from our past. And so all of this is sort of helping us again tune back into truth when it comes to who we are as divine creatures and receiving that information in a spiritual way so that we can reorient ourselves and make sure that how we do show up in the group is truly aligned with our divine understanding of ourselves. And that will, so the circumstances that might have happened, don't worry so much about what they were as much as what they uncovered for you so that you can actually move into a healthy sense of who you are, that your future actions and the ways that you build um, reputation or resource or utilizing your resources or how you how you gain, earn money and all those kinds of things, they're coming from a place of not the wounded self that didn't get acknowledged, but from the healthy idea of who you are and what you can contribute. That is such a personal journey for all of us. And I really hope that you've made time during the Leo full moon portal to sort of sit with this and get curious about these things. I know I have. Sometimes it's so interesting to me that I might not be super aware of all the energies going on with the full moon, but I definitely, when I look back, I have this 2020 vision and I can see those energies playing out, and they're quite insightful when they're correlated with the experiences I'm having and then what's being shown in the stars. Another thing that I feel like is really helpful is to use essential oils during these potent times of the month. And the one that came up for particularly this full moon is called dill. Dill essential oil. I'm sure you've used the herb dill, but it's not a super common one or readily available, to be honest. But I love its purpose. And so if you can't find the oil, go find some dill to smell or some, pickles to eat, dill pickles to eat. So what I love about dill is that it helps take this Aquarian tendency of the mind to be so into information and logic and just a lot of data. And so it can become so overwhelming or too stimulating that we don't really know how to digest that information and integrate it in a way that allows our body and our brain to work in harmony. And so when we use dill, it can help restore that harmonious integration of information as well as help us like re- love learning again. Maybe we burned our circuits a little bit in all this information that we don't know what to do with. And so when we use dill, it's helping to restore that love for gathering information because we have also taken the time to sort and sort of like file away in the appropriate places the old information that we don't need anymore. So it helps also to connect the dots to see things in a unique way from all the various bits of information that this energy picks up. This is such an Aquarian theme of gathering information, very air sign theme. So if you have it available, I would recommend utilizing it. You might not want to put it on you, but you might enjoy the aroma for just a moment of meditation and mindfulness to become clear on like what is it that I need to integrate before I can really dive into learning something new. I have a great resource for you, an essential oil cheat sheet. So if you're into understanding your energetic impact or blueprint of the signs of the zodiac and then integrating them with the tools of essential oils, I would highly recommend you go and download this free cheat sheet. At the end, you will be given the option to purchase these Leo and Aquarius PEMS wellness guides. I think they are wonderful tools, again, for the integration of essential oils and the deeper understanding of how they can support you on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level. So I hope that helps. I'm excited for this Aquarius season to come to an end and to begin this last part of winter with Pisces coming soon. So stay tuned for a video soon all about Pisces season. Thanks so much.